We have one Fed. He has 17 countries in which to work through with the EU. I think he's doing a job trying to bring along countries of all different economic positions. What the number is going to be basically a decision of the markets. Will decide if it's bold enough, aggressive enough. It's maybe may not actually be the amount he announces, but how forward-leaning he is about other continual actions that he may take. I do think the markets are expecting something fairly significant.
The big difference, however, between the U.S. and what Mr. Draghi can do really is the fractious polity that one does see in Europe. How effective do you then think monetary stimulus can be?
Part of this is a momentum play. Part of this is creating the momentum in the markets that monetary policy will begin in helping kickstart some of the economies and start kicking the economies in some of the countries that are hurting. Again, I think it is very hard to do to some extent, but I think Draghi is focused on using the quantitative easing measures that he has, and I think there's been general buy-in among the EU partners in which to show something fairly aggressive.
Let's talk about India. President Xi is saying the right things, and so is Prime Minister Modi. There seems to be this whole euphoria about India. IMF and World Bank have both said that India can match up to China's growth rate by fiscal year 2016 or 17. Are you a believer in India? Do you believe there are right noises being made at least? And do you now expect action to follow?
Well, first of all, as you know, there's a reason why President Obama is going back to India. I think he's the first American president to go twice in his term. You have a third of the country under age of 30 years old. That's a huge market. You have U.S. companies wanting to break into the market. So you have an economic engine there that is massively important. Huge infrastructure needs, need I tell you. So huge investment. So there's an opportunity. India plays an enormous security role in the region, vis-a-vis the confidence in the region, the relationship with Pakistan and Afghanistan. It begins and ends in many cases with the stability of the Indian government. And I just end by saying that Prime Minister Modi has had a very good start. If you will have anything to do with business, and you look at the demographics of India, you look at the numbers in India, you can't not be bullish.
The big boys of Wall Street, including yourselves, buying into the sales pitch that India is making as far as the reform measure is concerned, or do you believe our markets still need to be freer? Or are you giving the government some advantage that this is a gradual process?
We've been in India for a long time. We've had offices there. We've had employees there. So we've been always bullish on India. Listen, miracles don't happen overnight. So we have to be careful, though, that expectations don't get ahead of reality, right? You have an education issue there. You have a poverty issue there. You have a real infrastructure needs there. So you have real needs. I don't want to sugarcoat that, but you now have a government who understands that. You have a government who's convinced of that. So I think, listen, whatever the big boys on Wall Street, I don't know if we could put ourselves in that category. I guess we do. We're bullish on the opportunity of India.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.